Hypocrisy. Thy name is Democrat. The DNC plans on trolling tomorrow's Republican debate by flying an anti-MAGA banner.
They're so creative. But wait, what about the carbon emissions? Let's bring in New York Post political reporter John Levine, the man in black, and Washington editor of the Spectator and Steamboat Institute, Blankley fellow Amber Athey. Both of you welcome to the man in black, John. What do you make of the Democrats trying to play Republicans at the debate? Call them extreme MAGA.
For this.
What is it
There's
called?
a word for this called cringe. Kids use it. No, there's a long history of them doing this. I remember when Hillary in the debates talked about trumped up trickle-down economics and Pokemon go to the polls, and Biden talks about mega MAGA and super mega MAGA, and like average humans listen to this, what the hell is he talking about? What is this? And there would be very fun, creative ways to troll the Republican candidates. I'm not going to speculate on air, but this is definitely not it.
Amber, I think of the Democrats, and it's more like make America super suck, because that's what Joe Biden has done. So, MAGA is they think MAGA is an insult.
This is what you do when you don't have any accomplishments to run on, right? Is you try to paint the other side as extremists. I mean, probably the dumbest thing that the Democratic Party has done in recent memory is trying to create Bidenomics as a positive label to attach to the administration. I mean, it's overwhelmingly negative among people, even the ones who don't know what it is, because obviously people are suffering through massive inflation, tightening job market. It's a disaster. So why on earth would you willingly make that the plank of your platform heading into 2024? It makes zero sense.
That's a good point. Bidenomics, which is horrible, but make America great, you're going to attack it. Tells you what you need to know about the Democrat Party. But let's get to this, because has the magic around Harry Potter worn off for progressives? Some educators, they're now pushing back against shelving this series in classrooms and libraries, saying that author J.K. Rowling's views are just too, quote, hateful and divisive to have around children. Oh, no. What are those views, you may ask? Well, calling a woman and arguing that people should only use bathrooms that align with their biological sex. So, John Levine, are you going to be shelving your Harry Potter because of J.K. Rowling's extreme views?
This is so sad. I'm going to age myself a little. I remember when the Harry Potter books were being published, and it was like a revolution in reading, and you would see kids, teenagers lined up around the block, around Barnes and Nobles and Borders, and it was like parents were like, incredible, my child is reading, my kids are appreciating reading, they're not watching television. And it was a real revolution. It was really the last book, I think, that we've seen that had that impact. And what we're doing now, it's so sad because J.K. Rowling has said a few accurate statements about women and the nature of women. We're denying new generations of children the magic of something like Harry Potter, and they'll probably go back to television and much less productive producing. It's just very sad to see.
Well, this is part of the radicalization of schools and children. J.K. Rowling is a TERF, a trans-exclusionary radical feminist.
That's right.
They practically coined that term just for her. And they don't want children reading.
No.
They want to be indoctrinated by the slim left-wing nuts.
Well, it's crazy to see the difference between so-called book bans, as the left-wing activists paint them, coming from conservatives, which is trying to keep sexually explicit content out of schools and your kids from reading pornography, or, how to do all kinds of weird sexually explicit
how to have pain-free sex.
Anal sex at that.
Yeah, in elementary schools.
Yes.
How to use lube. But that was a book in a Florida elementary school.
It's unbelievable. And then the book bans on the left are actual classical literature. I mean, not that Harry Potter, I would say, is classic lit, but they're trying to ban Huckleberry Finn and all of these books, To Kill a Mockingbird, because they deem it politically incorrect or not of our time.
I mean, J.K. Rowling is a true liberal. She's a liberal woman. She was celebrated by Democrats and the left, and because she comes out, as you mentioned, John, for truth, she gets canceled. But she has the money and the power. She's a billionaire.
She's lucky. She's a billionaire. You and I won't be so lucky.
We will not be. All right. Take a look at this map. These 14 American cities, they're hoping to ban meat, dairy, and private vehicles by 2030, all in the name of climate change. And those cities might just have the clientele for it. According to a new poll by Young America's Foundation, 26% of college students would give up meat to mitigate the climate change threat. I am from Wisconsin. This is outrageous. Well, we love our dairy. We love our cows. We love our meat, John.
I mean, It's sick.
But this is the C40 movement. These cities have signed on to no private cars, no meat, no dairy.
I mean, it's depraved. It's anti-human. I mean, the reason we have abundance of meat and dairy is because of the wonders of modern society and capitalism, and they want to snatch that away from us. And mind you, the people who come up with these ideas, it's never going to apply to them.
Right.
They're not eating bugs. They're not giving up private jets. They're going to continue. It's for the peasants. It's for the you and the me and the everyone else watching. They never have to sacrifice themselves. But you know what? This is never going to happen. New York City is one of the cities on this list. We are the steak capital of this country. We have Sparks Steakhouse down the street is the best steak in New York City, and I will be dead before anything happens to Sparks.
Yeah, or people who came up with this ideas, maybe some people will decide, hey, we need to take care of the people who cooked up this idea about getting rid of the steaks.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's amazing how miserable they want us to be, right? They want to take away our shower water pressure, our nice incandescent light bulbs, our washers and dryers that actually clean our clothes. Time and again, the climate-obsessed left just wants us all to get rid of everything that makes life a little bit better, right? Life's simple pleasures.
If college students are saying that, they're liars.
Totally.
Well, you know what? They've been indoctrinated. But by the way, if you'll transition children 10 years ago, it's never going to happen. Don't be so quick to say this will never happen. They're going to push it hard, take away your steak, your dairy, try to kill my state in Wisconsin, which is even more outrageous, giving you no butter, no cheese.
If they could get away with it, they would do
You
it.
can move to the Commonwealth of Virginia as well, if you would like to eat butter and cheese and meat.
Very well.
Thank you both, Amber
Thank you.
and John.